So we are reading the Murli of 21st of December 1989 since last 2 days. So in the first day we studied that Baba, the creator, he was seeing the creation and how both are singing songs of each other. We also explored creator and creation in depth. Baba also told that uh, the Trinity, that is, we taking inheritance from father, knowledge from teacher, and blessings from Sadguru, how this interplay works. Further, he told that do we children really enjoy labor, or is that become a habit of us? And why do we indulge into too much labor? We understood that. Then yesterday, Baba met two groups. The first group was the teachers, where he asked them whether you want to be, are you part of the rosary of devotees or in the rosary of victory? And Baba explained what is the difference between the two. He told that the devotees would always be begging, that would be their sanskars, and the sanskars of those of the victorious souls would be having complete faith in Baba and having adhikari. So Baba elaborated on what constitutes the Bhaktamala as well as the Vijay Mala. Then we also read Baba meeting the Rajasthan group, where he told that whether everybody understands themselves as holy Hans. He elaborated on the meaning of holy Hans as the swan separates, pebbles and the jewels. Likewise, we also identify what is waste and what is elevated thoughts for all of us. So व्यर्थ और समर्थ को समझना उसकी पहचान होना. And he also gave us the importance of the time. 1 second we wasting, meaning we have wasted entire year. He also gave a different meaning of holy, that is purity. And he told that we burn such a fire that in a second the entire waste of the world gets transformed. And that should be very quick. Towards the end, there will be such service that we just think and things happen. We are seeing that service speed at the present. Earlier, to plan one program, it used to take months of planning, execution. Maybe in a year, Madhuban actually did one or two programs. Even at the local centers, couple of programs was done in a year. But these days, we see that it's very often just people think and things happen. Also, then Baba met the Punjab group, and so what we'll do is we'll read from the Punjab group today, Punjab group, and then Baba will meet the Odisha, Gulbarga, Vishakhapatnam groups. So Baba is meeting different groups and important lessons Baba is giving to each group. So before we start, we will be reading today the Hindi section of the Murli because we don't have the complete English translation. And it's just that we think let's rely on whatever official English translation is available rather than we translating the text ourselves using AI or our intellect. So there would be many such sections of the Murli, this Murli as well as the Murlis in future, where we don't have complete translation available, especially of Baba meeting different groups. So those sections we will read in English. Sorry, we'll read in Hindi, and I believe most of us understand Hindi in this group. But while discussion, definitely we will use English language. So I'm sharing my screen. Baba meeting the Punjab group now. पंजाब वाले निर्भय तो हो बन गए डरने वाले तो नहीं हो ना, ज्वालामुखी हो, डरते क्यों? मरे तो पड़े ही हो, फिर डरना किससे? दिस इज इंटरेस्टिंग स्टेटमेंट. We all have died, but so then, if we are dead, then what should we get afraid of? और राजस्थान को तो राज्य अधिकार कभी भूलना नहीं चाहिए. राज्य भूल करके राजस्थान की रीति तो याद नहीं आ जाती. वहाँ रेत बहुत होती है ना, तो सदा नए राज्य की स्मृति रहे. सभी निर्भय ज्वालामुखी बन प्रकृति और आत्माओं के अंदर जो तमोगुण है उसे भस्म करने वाले बनो. यह बहुत बड़ा काम है. स्पीड से करेंगे तब पूरा होगा. अभी तो व्यक्तियों को ही संदेश देना नहीं पहुंच अभी तो व्यक्तियों को ही संदेश नहीं पहुंचा है. प्रकृति को तो बात पीछे है. तो स्पीड तेज करो, गली गली में सेंटर हो, क्योंकि सरकमस्टेंस प्रमाण गली में एक गली से दूसरी गली में जा नहीं सकेंगे, एक दो को देख भी नहीं सकेंगे. तो घर घर में, गली गली में हो जाएगा ना. अच्छा. So this is where we ended yesterday, where Baba told everyone to increase the speed. Now Baba is meeting the next group, which is Odisha, Gulbarga, विशाखापट्टनम ग्रुप. तीनों स्थान के सदा एक स्थिति में स्थित रहने वाले हो. शरीर के स्थान भिन्न भिन्न हैं, लेकिन आत्माओं का स्थान एक है. चाहे कहाँ से भी आए हो, लेकिन स्थिति सदा एक रस हो. एक रस स्थिति क्या है? एक की स्मृति में रहना, अर्थात एक रस स्थिति में रहना. अगर एक के बजाय दूसरा कोई भी याद आए, तो एक रस के बजाय बहुरस स्थिति हो जाएगी. तो सभी एक रस रहने वाले हो या कभी कभी दूसरा रस खींचता है. So, like when we read Murlis, of course, the literal interpretation is remembering Baba and nothing else. But sometimes, if we read beyond the lines, it also means something is really very practical. When we do any work, if we are just engaged in that specific work, if our attention and focus is only on one task, then the result is multifold. But while doing one task, if we focus on many other tasks, maybe if I'm doing my office work at the same time, I'm even getting distracted by phone, distracted by my colleagues. I'm thinking about something else, checking my phone, checking uh, anything for that matter. Then that Bahuras Sthiti will not give me that much success and I will end up using more time. So whatever tasks we do is not just remembering Baba, but even focusing on that specific task, Ekras Sthiti, will give me much more undivided attention. Where attention goes, life grows, energy flows. So Baba is telling that एक की स्मृति में रहना अर्थात एकरस स्थिति में रहना. अगर एक के बजाय दूसरा कोई भी याद आए, तो एकरस के बजाय बहुरस स्थिति हो जाएगी. तो सभी एकरस रहने वाले हो या कभी कभी दूसरा रस खींचता है. कभी बाल बच्चे खींचते हैं. सदैव यह सोचो, जिस समय और कोई रस आकर्षित करता है, अगर उसी समय आपका अंतिम समय हो, तो क्या रिजल्ट होगी? उच्च पद पा सकेंगे. तो सदैव ऐसे ही समझे कि एक सेकंड में क्या हो सकता है. हर सेकंड का अटेंशन रखो. सदैव एक का पाठ पक्का रखो। एक बाप, एक ही समय, एक ही संगम का समय है, और एक स्थिति में रहना है तो एक बाप से सर्व प्राप्ति करनी है। एक का पाठ पढ़ना आता है, सभी को सतयुग में ही आना है ना, या त्रेता में राजा बन जाओ, वह अच्छा है। ब्राह्मण जीवन अर्थात संपूर्ण जीवन, संपूर्ण आत्मा सतयुग में आएंगी। ब्राह्मण बनकर अगर एक युग का सुख मिला और युग का नहीं मिला, और युग का नहीं लिया, तो क्या किया? So he's telling, if we have BKs, Brahmins, and if we just enjoy one yug and not the other one, so if we just enjoy Trita and not Satyug, then Baba is telling, क्या किया? तो सदा यही याद रखना है कि उच्च ते उच्च बाप द्वारा सदा के लिए उच्च ते उच्च वर्षा 21 जन्मों का अधिकार लेने वाले हैं। जब संपूर्ण बनने का लक्ष्य रखते हो तो लक्षण भी ऐसे ही धारण करो। अगर लक्ष्य कमजोर होगा तो लक्षण भी कमजोर होंगे। बाप दादा सभी बच्चों को उच्च से उच्च बनाते हैं, नंबर वन बनाते हैं, सेकंड नंबर नहीं बनाते। जब दाता संपूर्ण दे रहा है तो लेने वाले कम क्यों ले? पूरा ही लेना चाहिए ना। अच्छा, so again Baba, although we have that knowledge, and Baba also knows that there will be number war, there is a Rajdhani, some people will come in Treta, this and that. But in spite of that, Baba is always giving us, each one of us, the aim and object to come in the first birth, to get the maximum marks, to have undivided attention towards Him. He's always telling, then He's telling that if I am giving you the complete knowledge, then why don't you have the complete aim of achieving the number one? Hmm? So, that kind of good wishes Baba is always having from each one of us. Let's read ahead. Baba says, सभी स्थान निर्विघ्न स्थान है, विघ्न आते हैं बाप दादा के पास तो सब समाचार पहुंच जाता है। जितना जितना शक्तिशाली आत्मा बनेंगे उतना यह विघ्न समाप्त हो जाएंगे। विघ्न हिम्मत नहीं विघ्न हिम्मत नहीं रखेंगे रखने आने की। So as we become powerful, the obstacles will get destroyed. They won't have any power to come. अभी हिम्मत रखते हैं आने की, चाहे आप उसको मिटा दो, लेकिन आते तो है ना। आए की आई ही क्यों? विघ्न स्व के लगन के कारण दूर से ही नीचे हो जाए और आप ऊपर हो जाओ। So Baba is telling, if the obstacles are coming, you are driving it away. But at the first place, why should the obstacles come to you? If we have स्व की लगन, then they would probably turn back from far away. क्योंकि विघ्नों में समय तो देना पड़ता है ना, वायुमंडल तो बदलना है ना। चाहे कोई स्वयं निर्विघ्न हो, लेकिन अगर सेंटर पर बार बार विघ्न आते हैं तो उसमें भी समय देना पड़ता है, वायुमंडल बदल जाता है। तो क्यों नहीं ऐसा पावरफुल वातावरण बनाओ जो विघ्न सदा कमजोर रहे और आप सर्वशक्तिमान रहो। ऐसी हिम्मत है? देखना, तारीख याद रखना, जब प्रकृति की शक्ति वायुमंडल को परिवर्तन कर सकती है, गर्म को ठंडा बना सकती है, ठंडे को गर्म बना सकती है, तो आप क्या नहीं कर सकते? तो वायुमंडल पावरफुल बनाओ। क्योंकि सेवा ही यह है कि पहले स्व को निर्विघ्न बनाना है और फिर औरों को भी निर्विघ्न बनाना है। सेवा लेने वाले नहीं, सेवाधारी हो। अगर बहुत समय विघ्नों के वश होते रहेंगे तो अंत में निर्विघ्न नहीं रहेंगे। इसलिए बहुत काल की निर्विघ्न अवस्था चाहिए। तो अभी विघ्नों को आने नहीं देना। कमजोर आत्माओं को तो बाप द्वारा प्राप्त हुई शक्ति दे शक्तिशाली बनाओ। यही श्रेष्ठ सेवा है। व्हाट इज श्रेष्ठ सेवा? कमजोर आत्माओं को भी बाप द्वारा प्राप्त हुई शक्ति दे शक्तिशाली बनाओ। But before this, Baba tells that you should first be yourself obstacle free. Because if we are not ourselves free, it will be very difficult for us to help others. Baba says, परिचय देना, कोर्स कराना, यह कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है, लेकिन आत्माओं को शक्तिशाली बनाना, यही सच्ची सेवा है। Interesting. So earlier, probably it was understanding that just doing course or giving Baba's knowledge would be very great seva. But more than this, Baba is telling making the souls powerful. That is सच्ची सेवा। हिम्मत आप रखेंगे तो मदद बाप करेंगे। अच्छा, so Baba is meeting the last group, गुजरात ग्रुप। सदा अपने को निश्चय बुद्धि विजय आत्मा अनुभव करते हो। निश्चय की निशानी है विजय। अगर अपने में व बाप में निश्चय है तो निश्चय की विजय नहीं हो, यह हो नहीं सकता। अगर विजय आधी होती है, पूरी नहीं होती, तो उसका कारण है निश्चय की कमी। निश्चय और विजय यह एक दो के पक्के साथी हैं। जहाँ निश्चय होगा वहाँ विजय जरूरी है, क्योंकि निश्चय है कि बाप सर्वशक्तिवान है और सर्वशक्तिवान बाप के निश्चय से विजय कैसे नहीं आए होगी। और अपने में भी निश्चय है कि मैं मास्टर सर्वशक्तिवान हूं, तो विजय कहाँ जाएगी। निश्चय बुद्धि की कभी हार हो नहीं सकती। निश्चय बुद्धि औरों को भी हार से छुड़ाने वाले हैं। स्वयं कैसे हार खा सकते हैं? तो विजयी बनने का फाउंडेशन है निश्चय। फाउंडेशन अगर पक्का है तो बिल्डिंग हिल नहीं सकती, निश्चिंत रहते हैं। अगर फाउंडेशन कच्चा है तो थोड़ा सा भी तूफान आएगा, थोड़ी भी धरती हिलेगी तो होगा कि यह बिल्डिंग हमारी गिर नहीं जाए। यह दरार नहीं हो जाए। लेकिन फाउंडेशन पक्का होगा तो निर्भय रहेंगे। ऐसे ही निश्चय का फाउंडेशन पक्का है तो कोई तूफान हिला नहीं सकता है। तो ऐसे विजय हो या कभी कभी थोड़ी दरार पड़ जाती है, यह कभी थोड़ी खिड़कियां दरवाजे के शीशे हिलते हैं, तूफान लगता है या धरनी की हलचल होती है, तो क्या होता है? हलचल तो नहीं होती है ना। हलचल में अचल रहना, इसको कहा जाता है निश्चय बुद्धि विजयी रत्न। सिर्फ बाप में निश्चय नहीं, अपने आप से भी निश्चय और ड्रामा में भी निश्चय। वाह ड्रामा वाह। अगर ड्रामा में निश्चय होगा तो अकल्याण की बात भी कल्याण में बदल जाएगी। निश्चय में इतनी शक्ति है, दिखाई ऐसे देगा कि अकल्याण की बात है, लेकिन उसमें भी कल्याण छिपा हुआ है होगा। पहले हिलाने के लिए ऐसा रूप आएगा, लेकिन आपको हिला नहीं सकता। ऐसे पक्के हो या थोड़े थोड़े हिलते हो, संकल्प व स्थान में भी हिलते तो नहीं, क्योंकि संकल्प में भी अगर थोड़ी सी कमजोरी आ गई तो संकल्प का प्रभाव वाणी पर पड़ता, वाणी का प्रभाव कर्म पर पड़ता। इसलिए बाप ने पहले संकल्प को ही बदली किया है। संकल्प करते हो मैं शरीर नहीं आत्मा हूं, यह शुद्ध संकल्प है। इस संकल्प से जीवन बदल गई। अगर संकल्प कमजोर है तो जीवन भी कमजोर बन जाएगी। So Baba has highlighted the importance of Nishchay, faith, faith in the self, faith in Baba drama, and also he told the importance of a powerful thought. If we have a little weakness, because the foundation of the building should be strong. If the foundation is not strong, then probably the pillars or the windows, doors may start shaking if there is any tufan coming, cyclone coming, or any natural calamities happening. But if things are strong, nothing would happen. So hence Baba says, तो सदा निश्चय है कि मैं मास्टर सर्वशक्तिवान हूं, कितना भी माया हिलावे, हिलते तो नहीं, कोई माया से डरता तो नहीं। सभी बहादुर हो या सोचते हो माया को आना नहीं चाहिए। आधा कल्प माया के साथी रहे हो और अभी आने नहीं देंगे, क्योंकि अभी जान गए हो कि यह बड़े से बड़े दुश्मन है। पहले तो मालूम नहीं था कि माया क्या है। मायाजित बनने का अर्थ ही है निश्चय बुद्धि विजय। तो हर कर्म करने के पहले निश्चय पक्का हो। वैसे भी देखो, अगर कोई ताकत वाला बहादुर नहीं होता तो कोई भी काम करने में पहले कमजोरी का संकल्प करता है। कर सकेंगे, नहीं कर सकेंगे, होगा या नहीं होगा, ताकत वाले को यह संकल्प नहीं उठ सकता। उसे कहो यह भारी चीज उठाओ तो जल्दी उठा लेगा, और कमजोर को कहो तो सोचेगा। तो ऐसे सोच चलता है कि यह काम तो बढ़िया है, लेकिन होगा या नहीं होगा। माया के अनेक स्वरूपों को जान गए, नॉलेजफुल बन गए हो ना। माया भी भिन्न भिन्न रूप से आती है। यह भी जानती है कि 10 रूप में मुझे जान जाएंगे, तो नया नया रूप धारण करती है। फिर कहती है मुझे तो यह पता ही नहीं है था। ऐसे भी होता है क्या? लेकिन नॉलेजफुल कभी सोच नहीं सकते। वह जानता है तो सभी निश्चय बुद्धि विजयी हो। विजय जन्म सिद्ध अधिकार है। जन्म सिद्ध अधिकार कोई छीन नहीं सकता। अच्छा, then Baba is again confirming with माताएं। माताएं निश्चय में पक्की है या पांडव? किसी को भी आगे रखना, दूसरों को आगे रखने में स्वयं आगे ही है। पांडव माताओं को आगे रखते हैं, माताएं ढाल है, ढाल को आगे रखा जाता है ना। समझते हैं कि आगे हम हैं। वैसे भी देखो, माताएं पालना करती है, पालना के संस्कार माताओं में है। तो माताएं माया के माया से बचने की पालना अच्छी करेगी। ऐसे माताएं ही सॉरी ऐसे माताएं हो या खुद ही हार खाने वाली हो, मजबूत होना। बाप माताओं के लिए इतना कह रहा है, और माताएं अगर कच्ची हुई तो सभी कच्चे हो जाएंगे। कभी कच्चे नहीं बनना, सदा पक्की ही रहना। अच्छा, छोटे बच्चे भी बहुत होशियार है। छोटे भी माँ बाप के गुरु बन जाते हैं। अच्छा, देन बाबा मीटिंग, तीनों निश्चय, बाबा टेलिंग तीनों निश्चय साथ साथ हैं रहे। बाप, आप और ड्रामा। कभी संकल्प में भी कोई हिला न सके। अंगद बन जाओ, नाखून को भी हिला न सके। टांग तो छोड़ो, लेकिन नाखून को भी हिला न सके। ऐसे अंगद बन जाओ। फिर भी गुजरात की धरनी में कुछ न कुछ भावना रहती है। तो भावना का फल ज्ञान मिल गया, अच्छा है। अपने हमजिन्स के ऊपर तरस आना चाहिए, रहम आना चाहिए। क्योंकि समझते हैं ना, कल हम क्या थे और आज क्या बने हैं। अपने जीवन के अनुभव से दूसरे के ऊपर रहम आना है ना, आता है ना। रहम दिल बन, ज्यादा से ज्यादा हमजिन्स को जगाओ। अच्छा, सभी संतुष्ट होना। ये थोड़ा थोड़ा किसी में असंतुष्टता भी आते हैं। किससे संतुष्ट, किससे असंतुष्ट, एक दो में कभी असंतुष्ट तो नहीं होते। इसको चांस इसको चांस मिलता है, हमको नहीं मिलता, ऐसे तो नहीं। बाप दादा के पास सब समाचार आता है। छोटी छोटी बातें होती है, बड़ी नहीं होती। लेकिन क्या भी हो जाए, संतुष्टता न जाए। बातें आती भी है और जाती भी है, लेकिन बातों के साथ संतुष्टता नहीं जाए। क्योंकि संतुष्टता गई तो सब कुछ गया। अच्छा, so here we end the Murli. Let's pause here for a minute and try to reflect. Shanti. Okay, we can start sharing.
That's what when you were reading the Hindi part, I just wanted to, I just wanted to check on my thing. So I thought I'll read the Hindi from here. But in Baba portal, I got the English one itself. That same Hindi came when I went to say Hindi Avyakt Murli, but immediately the text changed to English. And I don't know what is it. So I read the whole thing as you were reading. I understood it in English. I just want it's babaportal.com. Okay, there are just two things. I hope if after today's discussion is over, We had a question yesterday, if you could also throw some light on it. But coming to today, as the English is so firm in front of me, I liked two things. One is about this lesson of one. I always like this lesson of one father, one confluence age, and or else Baba says, then only you're complete, or you will come in the Treta Yuga. So you have to be complete. Like even yesterday in the Sakar Murli, Baba said, you have to be knowledgeful and powerful. Both have been there whenever you want to really reveal the Father. So over here in the lesson of one which Baba speaks, I like that. And even at the end, when Baba spoke of the three things which you have to remember, and you should, that is determination of three things should remain together: the Father, you, and the drama. And where Baba has said, even a nail cannot be shaken by Maya. I remember earlier, Bab Dada there used to be a small snippet from Bab Dada where it was an, आपका बाल भी कोई बाका नहीं कर सकता. I'm not able to explain that Hindi part to you. I used to really get intoxicated when I used to read that WhatsApp thing. Even one single hair of you, when no one can touch of my children. So when Baba speak about even a nail cannot be shaken to the Gujarat people. So that's the intoxication. I like these two things from the groups, and as it was more evident for me in the English translation, I would like to take that motion.
Okay, any other thoughts? Any other sharings?
Om Shanti Brother. Baba
Yes.
wishes us to become a fearless, uh, to stay in an omnipresent state, that we are remaining obstacle free, and that we make everybody obstacle free. But that is the biggest saver. In the final moment, if a test paper comes, we should be in Ekras state. That is the only stage through which we will be able to reach Baba. So we should practice to stay in that state for a longer time. Om Shanti.
Which stage you mentioned?
The Ekras sthiti. Omnipresent is
Okay.
the correct translation, I believe.
Yes, so basically having just one एक रस बहु रस नहीं, not having indulging into different this thing. Yes, so बहुत काल का अभ्यास Baba has even referred here in this Murli. The more we have a longer practice of that sthiti, the more benefit we receive.
And again, one more point, when Baba speaks about Maya, then where he says you have been Maya's companion for so long and all. And if someone with strength is not brave, they think of weakness before doing any task. Like ये कर सकते हैं क्या, हो सकता है क्या? And if such people, if they have doubts, ask them to lift this heavy object, they'll do it. But if you ask a weak person, they'll think. So, joining with that, when Baba speaks about the mothers, that mothers are in front. So, I used to think the Pandavas are placing mothers in front. It shows that Pandavas are the backbone and mothers are the front. But here Baba is saying like mothers are the shields. मदर आगे जाती है और पांडवाओं को, I mean, they protect him, protect them. So mothers are the shields. The shield is kept ahead, like even in a fight. I don't know if you know the story of the penguins. You know, when on an ice, if they are going, the penguin which is behind will push the penguin which is in front. And if that penguin comes up, means that there is no seal over there. So then they go further. Like that, they used to go. That's the story of the penguins. So yeah, I like when Baba said, mothers are shield. Mothers nurture. So mothers are kept in front. So mothers do a good job of nurturing to save the Pandavas from such mayas, and Babas are you such mothers. That was also a something different point, intoxication point, why all the mothers were kept in front. Isn't this a new kind of intoxication for mothers, Prafulbhai?
Yes, indeed. So Baba also tells that both basically, whether it is Mata or Pandav, they keep each other in front. So again, like if Matas are ahead, Baba has used that as a shield. They are not like Baba is not told like they fighting, like they are with the sword. Mata has been compared as a shield because shield is always kept ahead of the sword. Because if someone else's sword comes, shield will first protect. So yes, both keep each other ahead. So sometimes the sword go ahead, sometimes the shield go ahead, basis on the circumstances. If the um, opposition is very ruthless and I can't match my sword with that sword, then immediately the shield is put in the front so that the person is protected. And this is another way to look it at, because both the hands have to work in coordination when we are fighting, the hand holding the sword as well as shield. So as Baba told this dhal, I also imagine this kind of picture within me, like how both cannot be ahead, like I mean, both cannot be parallel. It will be very difficult. Sometimes one has to go ahead, the sword, when it comes to doing war. Sometimes when the attack is not that much possible, and the opposite person is attacking, then immediately the shield has to go ahead. So this is also a different analogy. Rather than the person being in front, both hands working in coordination, one Pandav, one Shakti.
I've also read in the Sikh philosophy, how these one with swords, they'll protect everyone, and they will even their heads even they will lose. But the way that kind of protection which they had as the religion, which showed how so many of these gurus and all the till the 10th guru, I also used to think the kind of protection which they had. So the question of Pandavas and Shaktis, that competition wasn't there. It was the one who took the sword will also protect the one. They become both the sword and shield. I also like that. Praful Bhai, can you compare this, what you just spoke about, mothers, to dadis? See, here Baba kept dadis in the front and the Pandavas behind. But never in any meeting, Baba always called the three Pandavas in the front and he used to inquire. But can you compare that with here, the thing of keeping dadis in the front, forefront, and the Pandavas behind? Can you compare this analogy?
I did not understand your question.
See,
Repeat.
you
Hmm.
you just now said the mothers were kept in a thing. Sometimes the sword becomes a shield, sometimes the shield becomes a sword. Now, here Baba was speaking, of course, yes, to the mothers group. But even here, Baba kept the sisters, the dadis in front, and the Pandavas were behind. See, anywhere, whether even if it was running the Murli or it was the dadis. So, what was
Okay, I
the.
got, yeah. So
Yeah.
I'll just give you a couple of examples. So for example, in our yagya, I'll just go like 20 years back when dadis were there. So majority of planning was done by Jagdish Bhai. Jagdish Bhai had the art of writing. He wrote beautiful letters, beautiful books. Maybe if it is for taking any permission from government, he used to he used to be a gem in that. None of the dadis were competent to do, or they had that kind of intellect which Jagdish Bhai had. Also, the other Pandav, Ramesh Shah Bhai, as we might know, the old ones in this group might know, he looked after all the legal aspects. Whenever it came to purchasing a property, whenever it came to checking the titles, coordination with the legal laws. Likewise, Brij Mohan Bhai, he had so much of mastery over Gita. Each of the shlokas and each of the Sammelan where he attended, probably even in discussion with the Mahamandaleshwar, the Sankaracharya, he know that what points they would say. So these Pandavas were, so much. I'm just comparing three dadis versus three brothers, just as an example, because you mentioned about dadis. But in spite of they having so much of good intellect or maybe planning, they always kept dadis in front. Whenever it comes to taking decision or signing that formal authority, they used to always come to Dadi. Dadi, aisa aisa hai. These are the pros and cons. Dadi, what do you think we should do? And without taking Dadi's permission, they would never go ahead. That much regard they had for Dadis. They kept them in front because Baba told to keep women or Shaktis in front. Likewise, even Dadis. For example, if any property has to be taken, I know this because in Pune we purchased this Jagdamba Bhavan. So when Dadi Janki ji को बताया कि we need to purchase, so Dadi Janki ji told, okay, show to Ramesh bhai. If he's okay, then I will go ahead, because she never wanted to go into the legal aspects, and she also wanted to thoroughly vet that things needs to be complete and okay. And only after Ramesh bhai giving his sign off, because Ramesh bhai was probably proficient in those aspects. So of course things has to be done. So Mata as a dadi, from that perspective, they were shield like, because if teachers used to go directly to the brothers might deny. So going to dadis, they had a soft corner. They were protective. They had that nurturing attitude. So sisters used to go to dadi if anything used to be taken, but dadi bluntly never probably gave anything. They also consulted brothers. They took their views because brothers have their own specialities. It's not like I'm comparing who is good or who is wrong. It is just that how they complemented each other. And it's not about dadis and brothers, even we in a family do. Like even in a small family of three or four things. Again, it is not gender thing. Even as a individual, each one of us has have our own specialities. Father might have his own, mother might have his own, the kids might have their own. And if we utilize each one's speciality in a proper way, we complement each other and we find success. And this analogy can also be used in a sangathan when we work in groups. Again, nothing to do about genders, Pandav, Shakti. This is just a reference point Baba is giving. But each one has their own speciality, and if we use that speciality in ideal way, we complement each other.
Got it. That was very nicely you spoke. But there was also one more brother, Never Bhai, who was one of the three. Jagdish Bhai was like the pillar of the Yagya. Yeah, whom whenever any, I've seen any internal conflicts or anything come and all, because I've personally watched Dadi Prakash Mani used to just say, निर्वैर से मिलके आओ, निर्वैर से मिलके आओ, फिर हम बाद में देखेंगे. Even there, so even each, you're right, every quality was picked up but never did they do without consulting each other. That's being complementing to each other. Thank you, brother.
Any last point anybody would like to share before we close? Okay, so let us spend a couple of minutes in reflection. Let us take our mind and intellect to Baba. And as I go to Paramdham, I tell myself that I have complete faith in myself. I am that Angad. I am that victorious child of Baba to whom Maya can do nothing. Forget about shaking the leg. Maya can even not move my nail. I also have complete faith in Baba. No matter what, how big the obstacle is, if Baba is with me, nothing can, nothing bad can happen for me. And also the faith in the divine family. Each one, whether it is my Lokik family or a Lokik family, is a special soul to lift me up. My experiences with them, my interaction with them is helping me, is nurturing me to go towards my goal. It's a beautiful drama, whatever part I have got. Whether I am a Pandav, whether I am a Shakti, whether I am senior citizen, whether I'm young, whether I'm married, whether I'm single, doesn't really matter. What matters is I'm Baba's. Baba has unconditional love for me. And with this firm faith in the self, Baba, family, and drama, I come back to the body. And with that firm confidence, I sit back on my throne, the forehead throne, and I'm ready for the beautiful day ahead. Om Shanti. Thank you everyone for joining. Have a great day.